They called me the silent CEO. They thought I was the boring, middle-aged accountant, the easy mark. I heard the laughter in my own kitchen, my wife and her lover, Mason, openly plotting to take everything I had built. She told him I always folds. They had no idea that my strategic invisibility was my greatest asset. I walked in on them, found Mason casually making cocktails with my best liquor. His arrogance was breathtaking. He told me to go pack, confident he was the upgrade. I kept my voice calm, went upstairs, and logged into my dashboard. Mason, my wife's mediocre lover, was my employee, a fool who used company Wi-Fi to leak confidential presentations, convinced the ghost CEO would never notice. I gave him enough rope. I listened as he put his muddy boots on my table and mocked the old fart. My wife validated his ego, having mistaken his hunger for passion. The whole scene was absurd. That night, I didn't engage in a fight. I printed his professional obituary, a folder detailing his leaks, his voicemails, and his time-stamped access logs. Crucially, the oversight initialed on the file was mine, known only to insiders. I dropped the folder silently onto the counter between them and walked away. The ensuing silence was delicious. Mason realized the file was real, but still rationalized that I was just her husband and couldn't hurt him. He resumed making loud, self-congratulatory work calls from my living room. I made a single phone call. I texted Russell Franks, my head of compliance. House call. It's time. When Russell arrived, the energy in the room shifted. Mason tried to assert dominance, but Russell, pale and urgent, was focused only on me. Mason was forced to watch as I, the ghost, took the breach report. The truth hit him. The man he was mocking was the one who signed his paycheck and was now delivering his termination. Russell confirmed that Mason was already locked out. HR was briefed. His desk was being cleared. Mason looked to my wife for help, but she backed away. I explained the tragedy. He thought this was about her, but he gave himself away the moment he opened his mouth. Then the phone started buzzing. News alerts. HR termination notices. My wife was trending as an associate of the accused. She realized her quiet engine had been roaring back to life. I authorized the full severance clawback, ensuring he lost everything. I walked out calmly. No slamming doors. No final speech. My wife cried my name, but I kept walking. Silence is terrifying to people who thrive on drama. I left them slumped in the house that was already legally mine. The next morning, I was on the 43rd floor. At 9:03 a.m., I walked into company headquarters. I sat at the head of the boardroom table, the seat and used for 4 years. The company watched me, the builder, back from the shadows. I simply said, let's begin. I didn't need revenge. They were guests in a world I built. They tried to take the furniture, but I owned the land. And now, the builder was back. If Mason was a predictable fool, what does that say about the marriage I chose to protect for 15 years? Thanks for watching, and don't to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Share your thoughts about this story in the comments.